The glory is to our big brother, like my brother said. Yes. Not here for me, my sister, any of you guys. We're here because we're one people. Okay? There's nobody bigger than the other. All right. Everything that I say, I need you guys to go check out. All right. And don't take my word for it because I could be wrong. I ain't trying to steer no one in the wrong direction. Okay. Because I do fear the Most High. I would tell you that. Hey, I'll always tell you that. Okay. But Leslie and I was talking earlier. And, I wanted to revisit something I did and add some stuff. Okay. Now, when the Bible says there's nothing new under the sun, you guys got to understand that there's nothing new under the sun. Okay, that's for real. Okay, so if we say that there was another generation, like in Egypt where we were enslaved, that there were lights there, that people had light, and they had probably had more advances than we know, right? You guys was like, oh, no, yeah, they had light, trust me. Okay? We're going to go look in the Bible and look at certain other places to prove that. Okay? If the Bible, when the Bible tells you something, all right, the ancients, they want to make it seem like the ancients were stupid or not smart. But if you can make the hanging gardens, and we can't make the hanging gardens today, who's the stupid one? If the pyramid is a testament in time, is a beacon, and it's just hanging out there, and we can't even duplicate that, who's the stupid one? Okay? And all the pyramids around the world. People want to know why. Why were the pyramids there? Now, and notice they're located in a certain strategic area. So who put them there? Why are they there? That's the thing. Now, I know the most famous one is in Egypt, okay? But actually, they're all over the world. They're all over the world. So what were their purpose? And why are they there? Now, does the Bible tell you anything about the pyramid? Well, there is a passage in Exodus that tell you that there was an altar made to the Most High in Egypt. Okay, there is a passage in the Bible, and I will find it for you guys. But many people assume that that's the pyramid, and I think it probably is. So what was that pyramid used for? Let's take a look at some stuff. Pull some stuff up. Now, I'll be one of the ones to tell you that Egypt as we know it, Egypt is so famous because Egypt was probably Babylon or Sumer, and a lot of those older civilizations, they had ties with the fallen angels. They just did. Whether you want to believe it or not, if you look at a map and you look where Egypt is and you look where Sumer is and you look where all those nations is that were advanced in civilization, you will see that they were consorting with fallen angels. And not only their nation, I would go as far as to say Alexander the Great nation, because me, as loving history, there's stories that has come up about Alexander the Great, seeing certain things. And the ancients, they actually did put down things on paper that they did see. okay? And they have the archaeology finds from all over the world, okay? Now, I did this before. When I say I did this before, I did what was being found all over the world. And Egypt, okay, if you guys say that, if people say that Egypt did not have technology, all right, and during the time of our slavery in Egypt, God knows, only God knows what else was going on there. But these that we are in a sort of the Egypt in this United States, okay? And this is one of the most advanced countries in the world. It seemed like wherever we went, wherever we were enslaved, we were in the same servile position and the same things were going on. So let me show you guys a picture. Can you guys see it? Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, great. Now this is Egypt. This is off the pyramid. Okay. Look at this helicopter here. Looks like our Apache, doesn't it?
The hell, can you lower it? I don't think we could see it.
You can't see it?
We need to scroll down a little more. I think.
Yeah, I could see it. It's right next to the other helicopter. Both of them?
Yeah, but yeah. Okay, maybe it's my screen. Yeah, I could see it.
So you see this? Look,
Yeah.
this they actually put a real wall. Okay? Egyptians have this flying the ship, all right? How old was the Egyptian civilization and where are they getting all this from? This is what they found. These are the things that were in Egypt that they found. Now, this is the same civilization that supposedly built pyramids. Okay? When the Most High said there's nothing new under the sun, you guys have to take it literally. There is nothing new under the sun. This is a literal thing. So where are we getting these technologies from? Who's giving us these technologies? Let's keep on. Let me pull up something else to show you. Second. And the last time I showed these pictures is when I did the lessons of the clouds, what the clouds were, clouds in the Bible. And I told you that the clouds were nothing but chariots of the gods or UFOs, so-called UFOs. All right. And that's what was hovering over the children of Israel when God said, I will show you a pillar of light at night and a cloud, they follow the cloud in the daytime. Because remember, these things are always showing up in clouds. All right? Always showing up in clouds. So if you think that the ancient people didn't have any technology, how do you explain this? One, two. All right, here it is. me share this with you guys. Can you see?
Nothing so far.
I cannot.
Nothing yet?
No.
What about now?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So this is the drawing of what they see on the top. Huh?
Oh,
Anybody
it
see
actually
it?
does. Yes. Okay. I can see that.
You see the
Yeah.
the man in the middle?
I see a
Amazing.
cockpit and a man in the middle.
Huh?
That's
Yeah, I see
amazing.
it now. Yeah.
You know where they found this?
No.
They found this in South America.
Oh wow.
Incas. In the Inca, one of the Incan or Mayan temples.
Mm.
All right.
Wow.
Do you guys still believe that ancients were dummies? Or are
Not
we
at
going to go with what God said? There's nothing new under
Wow.
the sun.
Wow. So I have a question.
Yes.
So okay, so they had this. So apparently someone had one, or some, but how come they were naked though? If they did stuff like this, why were they naked?
Who were naked?
Like a lot of the native people, you saw they wear like a little bush to cover themselves, but they were pretty much naked.
That's because, Leslie, right? We're talking, what era are you talking about? Because we know that in the tropical areas of the world, you had people wearing clothes, but they probably were more for the heat. Okay? They were not wearing bush, all right, unless you were in a like a one of those little tribes, those tribes that just stayed away from people and they did not want to be bothered with pollution. You see, God didn't want us to get involved with the nations. We wanted to be involved with the nations. So every time we went and got ourselves involved with the nations, we got in trouble because we started adapting their culture, their ways, their gods, and their heritage when we had our own heritage and we had our own Elohim. Because God was trying to keep us away from them because God knew who was giving them the stuff, where it was coming from. God knew who was giving them the stuff. Let's look at other things. So who was giving them the stuff?
Exactly. That's why they can't even explain how the pyramids are built even to this day. With all their sciences, all their academia, they still can't figure it out. They didn't try and they didn't try. Scientists, different variations of science people to come in and study, and they still, well, aliens had to have done it because they just, well, first of all, they won't even admit that it was the people, African people, melanated people who were responsible for it.
Let me show you something. Let me show you something else. Let me pull. Now we're going to look at something that they found in Egypt, and then I'll show you what they found all over the world. One second. Give me a second. Try it again. Hold on. I just want to show you guys that they've been fraternizing with these fallen ones forever. Our people has always had a part in messing with these things.
Wow.
Hold on. I pull this up. 1 second, guys. I'm trying to pull this. Open and then it won't open. Hold on. This thing still won't open. All right, here it is. Finally got it open. This is what they found in Egypt.
We're not seeing it.
You'll see it in a second. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
See this thing? On the left, they actually found it in a tomb.
Mm.
And then on the right, you see this.
Mm. Mm. Wow.
They found that in Egypt.
Wow.
So remember when I said when God said to the Egyptians, I will not only punish you, I will punish your gods.
Mm.
Who were the Egyptian gods? These things.
Mm. Mm. Wow.
Those are those guys at the when Moses was bringing us out of captivity. They went after those 10 gods. The Most High went after those 10 gods.
Exactly. Why would he make a statement like that? He said, not only will I punish you, Egypt, I'm going to punish your gods. That's a statement if they're not real gods.
Yeah.
It's even like that scripture that we tend to take out of context where it's in, I can't, forgive me, and I'll find it later, but it says, we are gods, which is kind of towards the end of that scripture, yes. But it's taken out of context because the Most High is actually talking to the gods which were pointed over certain lands of the earth. He said, but you are gods, but you will die as men. But they weren't talking, he wasn't talking about us being gods. He's talking about these different gods that are in the earth.
Right. I did a class on that, and I gotta send it because I see that Zoom has integrated everything now, so I could probably start sending these messages out because they're now integrated with Zoom. So this is what they found, okay, in Egypt. It's so funny how when we look at the military around the world, how they all seem to have the same stuff, but we see this first on the pyramids of Egypt. So who is really ruling the world?
What's that though we're seeing? Which one of them? Which image are you referring to?
I said that, like with the helicopters and the submarines, you first see it on before they made any of this stuff. It was on the pyramids of Egypt.
Oh wow!
So if it was on the pyramids of Egypt first, now we see it all over the world. What gods are the nation bowing to?
Right.
What gods is the nations bowing to? We have to ask ourselves the question.
Hey, Brother Wayne, you are so on point, because it's funny, because when you even watch like these entertainers or athletes and they say, I want to give salute to God, I want to thank God, it brings the question again, what God are you talking about?
Exactly.
Because their actions don't support the God that we know, that we've come to know in this truth. And even in these different churches or these different cults or these different, ideologies and religions, what God are you talking about?
I got to ask that question too. That's a very good question.
Yeah.
What gods are we really talking about? Yeah. So I'm going to show you a Roman coin. Okay. I told you guys, or I've said to you guys before, that there's nothing new under the sun. Okay. There's even pictures of something that looked like a Bigfoot, an old Roman and old some of these old books. Okay. And recently in one of our states, someone had found a footprint of one of these Bigfoot things. And when they counted the digits on the toes, it was 6 digit on the toes. Where do you find that? In the Bible. When it says that the giants had 6 digits on the toes and 6 digits on their hands. So how is Bigfoot related to them? And the funny thing is, Bigfoot is about the same, about 10 to 15 feet tall. See, I keep telling you that there's nothing new under the sun. But let me show you something else. One second. Here. This was found on a Roman coin. See the coin? This is a picture of somebody trying to compare this to the picture of what they've seen. Look at the coin. Roman coin. You got to ask yourself, who has been shaping history? Why has the Most High been telling Israel, I need you to stay away from these nations? I don't need you to follow what they do. I don't want you to take their habits or their heritage.
Right.
Why you think? Because if you pick up the nation's habits, heritage, you will be serving Satan. That's a fact. I have been showing you things throughout different periods of time and through history, but yet you see some of the same stuff. We've been dealing with these fallen ones for a long time. That's why the Most High tells his people, come out of her, my people, or you will partake in her punishment. This is worldwide, okay? Let me show you something else. The Bible said, let the word of two or more things confirm it. This is all kinds of stuff. You find it, and especially some of these civilizations like Sumer in Egypt, the one everybody knows and prays, okay? And I know Black people want to claim Egypt, all right? But you want to claim fallen angels, that's okay with me. All right, because that's exactly what you're doing. When you big up these things, you're bigging up the fallen angels. It's just the truth.
Hmm.
I'm not saying that Egypt wasn't great, but where did Egypt get its technology from? Who was Egypt serving? That's what you have to ask yourself. Who was Egypt serving?
You're right. But our people have been beat up so much, so long, told us we're stupid, we ain't created nothing, we good for nothing, we have no culture, we're slaves, and all this. And we just want to cling to anything great without doing any research, asking any question. Oh, they black, they must be our people.
Exactly. 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 That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. And it's a shame. It's a shame, but that's exactly what happened. So this is also in Egypt. Look closely. All right. The cat is out of the bag. They can't hide this stuff. They know that. Okay. What do you see?
Mm. I see three things about it.
You look over here on the left, you see this little UFO looking ugly thing. And the symbol that our people like to, the Ankh, which is another symbol for, all right, a cursed thing that the Most High, the accursed, okay?
Mm.
You see this little UFO devil looking ugly thing. And if you look over here, you see a flying machine, okay? This is who Egypt was fraternizing with. And we probably knew it because remember, anywhere we went, we just took on a lot of their gods. I know we were fighting. God tried to take us out of, or he took us out of Egypt because he saw what was going to happen. But we were leaning more towards their gods. Just like in this country, we're leaning more towards their gods. We know we are. For those of us that are waking up and trying to reach out back to our Father, Yahuwah, the lights are going on, but we need to totally get, we need to totally get the system out of us and go back to our heritage, not theirs. We need to go back to our heritage. We've taken on, listen, guys, we've been enslaved in about, like I said, for the last 4,000 or 5,000 years. No, almost 6,000 years. We've been enslaved because Egypt, like I said, then Babylon, Media, Persia, Grecian Empire, the Roman Empire, which we're still in. Okay, we're still in, and then from the Roman Empire, which is we were enslaved in the Arab slave trade, and then after the Arab slave trade, the European slave trade, which we're still a part of right now. Because I know many people think that we are free. And when they hear the 400-year prophecy that we will serve for 400 years, okay, I'm going to tell you, that Bible is right. We are serving for 400 years. Because for those who think that we have freedom, if you go back to the Fifth Amendment that supposedly freed us, it said that we would have freedom, okay? But if we do something wrong and get incarcerated, we're back to being a slave. That's what it says. You understand that we're still enslaved.
Wow.
So then it's more than 400 years?
Oh, for our brothers and sisters, well, no. 400 years stop.
Mm-hmm.
They're under punishment now.
Okay.
This country and all the rest of them they're under the Most High beatdown, and the beatdown just started.
Okay.
Because that the 400-year prophecy said, "You shall serve for 400 years." Some of our brothers and sisters are still incarcerated. Once they go in jail, they take away their freedom. Now you're a slave again.
Mm.
But it says after that, this country or the country going to be judged. We see a whole lot of countries being judged right now. And after the judgment, he says that we will leave. Now this is Genesis 15:13. After the judgment, we will come out of here with much substance.
So is it going to be our substance that we bought, or is it going to be like we're going to get it?
No, you don't understand. When God said we're going to come out with much substance, you got to understand that there's a law that God has. It says a man, whenever he works, he must get paid.
All right.
So if we're working for remember, if you go back to the Bible and look at when our brothers and sisters were under servitude for their other brothers, if you didn't treat them right, God would come at you. And when they left, they had to leave with something in their hand. Go back and read the Bible. They would serve for a certain amount of time. If it was a Jubilees year, you have to cut them loose. Before they left, you had to give them something. They couldn't just go empty-handed. That's what fairness is. Here, they think they can just use us up, kill us, do whatever they did to us, because they did a lot of harm. But they don't want to pay us. They think paying us is sending us to college for free. No, we don't want no college for free. Just like the Native Americans and the Japanese and everybody else you pay physical money to, our people want money. They want some greenbacks in their pockets. And if greenbacks are going out, put some gold in our pocket, put something. Our ancestors deserve that. I don't care how mad these people are that has gotten a big boost of our back, gets at us. We take our money and we go to Africa, we go wherever. Get out of here. Let the Russians and the Chinese take this place over like they're going to. But like I said, this is what was found in Egypt. So you still believe that the ancients were stupid, okay? For those that believe that. For those that believe, okay? Let's look at some other things, okay? They were way ahead of us, okay? Now I'm going to show you some pictures of some Vermonters, okay? And anybody who don't know what Vermonters are the gods of India, okay? And we know that somehow, somewhere, a nuclear weapon was used years ago in the area of India because it still has high counts of radiation, okay? But the Indian epic story gave that there was a war in heaven and someone dropped a mini sun on the earth. And they described the elephants as melting in front of people's eyes. Wow. People had big sores and everything, okay? This is an Indian epic. How would they know that these are the effect of a nuclear explosion if we didn't have nuclear explosions? If we just got the A bomb in 1945 when the United States supposedly dropped the A bomb on the Japanese. All right, how is this? Because we go back to the Bible, and the Most High said, "There's nothing new under the sun." And when we understand that, we'll understand that these things are just repeating cycles.
Mm.
So let's take a look at these Vermonters. These flying machines. Now, this is a temple in India, okay? And this is how the machine looked. Actually, they actually found one. They found a Vermonter, all right, in a cave. Flying machine.
Could you point to it? Because I don't know which one is it.
This is the Vermonter flying, and this is the temple. The temple in India.
Okay.
All right. These are how the Vermonters look.
Oh, it's just that, yeah.
This, what you see here, I don't know if you see my little mouse. This is actually a picture that was written. They got that from Romans time. Now, how in Romans time they got somebody flying around or something? Okay. If you see this picture of Yeshua, look what's up in the top right. Somebody drew that. He's flying machine.
Okay, I can't. Could you point your mouse again?
It's, you see where it says education and science? Right in the one beneath that. And if you look in the top, very top left hand and the right side, you'll see two little spaceships, just like the spaceships on the bottom. These are things that they found that somebody drew. Now, how's somebody gonna draw something if it's not supposed to exist? Just going back to the Bible, how true the Bible is. Okay, look at these pictures. These are actual pictures. These ugly things on the left.
Left.
Shows how this is supposed to be the ancients that people say were stupid or were in advance as us. This is supposed to be the ancients. Explain this. Let's go here. All right. Exodus 10:23. Before we even go to 23, we'll read up to let's start for 21. And the Most High said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand towards heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. All right, so guys, this is going to happen again to us. Okay? Darkness that can be felt. And I'm telling you, it's coming again. Okay? When this darkness comes, make sure you stay inside, but it is coming. And Moses stretched forth his hand towards heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt for 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. All the children of Israel had light in their dwelling. Now, how is Israel going to have light in their dwelling? People thinking that this is candles? No, because the Egyptians could easily light candles. They had light. All right? And I have to find a picture of where of Egypt again, where they show an Egyptian with a light bulb. Yeah, an Egyptian with a light bulb. All right? This is the people that's supposed to be primitive. But if they're interacting with the fallen ones, why wouldn't they have? If they are interacting with the fallen ones, why wouldn't they have technology? Isn't that the whole thing of most mythology around the world, that these fallen ones have come and given man things that they should have, they had no business having? That's what you've seen all over the world. Why is it any different today? Why do we think that the ancients were stupid when the Bible tells us there's nothing new under the sun? That's because we don't believe the Bible. That's because we are so busy listening to what they tell us and their poison that we don't take the Bible literally. The time that we're living in, God said that there would, oh, you know what? I won't even, nephew, go to Matthew 24 and read it.
All right. The whole chapter?
Read, yeah. I'll tell you when to stop. I may want you to read it. But jot down some stuff. There's some stuff in here.
All right, Matthew chapter 24, and start from verse 1. It says, and Yeshua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Yeshua said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives.
Right, stop there. Stop right there. Okay. Now, let me ask you guys something. He said, there shall not be one stone thrown down on the other, right? What temple is he talking about? Anybody? Just let me know if you know. Anybody know what temple he's talking about? That's the temple. That's the temple that Solomon built. Okay? Now, is that temple still around, anyone? A piece of it? A part of it? Does anybody know? Is that the temple that those people that's supposedly stolen identities praying at?
I think no.
But they tell you it is, don't they? Why would they tell us it is? Because it's another deception. So now who are you going to believe? If God said that, Yeshua, his son, said, there will not be not one stone left upon another, but yet they're praying to a wall that they say is a wailing wall. This is a part of this temple. Who's being lied to? Now, this is where our faith is going to have to come in. It's either we're going to believe Yeshua or we're going to believe human beings. No, I'm very serious, because people see, he said not one stone to be left on another. But yet, you see these people praying, doing their little nasty little prayer at that wall. They call it the wailing wall. And they say that's the leftovers from the temple. So it's either God is lying or the people are lying. Think about it. There's so many nuggets in this 24th chapter. The wailing wall you can see today. And they say that's what's left over Solomon of the temple. But the Most High said it shouldn't be there. You won't even find one rock on top of another. So somebody's lying. Keep going on.
All right. Verse 3, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yeshua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name.
What did he say? Say
Take
that,
heed that no man
take
deceive you.
heed.
that no man deceive us. So what age are we living in now? The age of what?
Deceit.
Deceit. The
Mm,
age of deception. All
mm,
right. His disciples came, asked him, what are we going to expect? What are we going to see in the end times? First thing he said down, take heed that no man deceives you.
mm,
So this is big. All right. So he's trying to tell you, hey, they gonna be some lies in this time.
mm.
Don't believe anything that you hear, but keep on.
All right. And Yeshua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Messiah, and shall deceive many.
Hold on.
And
Many shall come in my name. How many popes have there been? And what did he call himself? The vicar? Basically Christ on earth.
Mm.
I'm dead serious. I'm trying to break down things that you guys understand. Many shall come in my name. He calls himself Christ on earth. He's the replacement, Yeshua. Think about that. Many shall come in my name. Keep going.
all right. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places.
You
All
see
of
that
these are
going
the
on
beginning.
now.
All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Stop. Who's hated among all nations?
Israel.
Who looked down on us? Who looked down on us? Why are we looked down on? Now remember, this is the disciples, and Yeshua is telling them what's going to happen to his people. This is directed to his people. Nobody else. This is an A and B conversation between the disciples and our king. And our king is telling them that we will be hated by all nations, which we are. Keep going.
And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judah flee unto the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop.
Hold on. Let him that are in Judah flee into the mountains. That's not happening now. That has already happened, guys. I just want you guys to know that. If you go back to history, when the Romans attacked us, all right, most of us that were able to flee into the Atlas Mountains and went from the Atlas Mountain on into Africa. Some went on the eastern coast and went down into South Africa. Those are the people we call the Limba. And then some went into West Africa, into the countries that we know now. Keep going.
Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
All right, go back up to the tribulation.
Okay, verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be.
In any part, did you hear anybody being zapped out? Did he beam up anybody? Did the Most High beam up anybody anywhere? I'm saying this because somebody got this doctrine that we're supposed to be beamed up like Scotty. You don't see nobody being beamed up. You see people going through it.
What do you mean by what was that you're saying? We should be what?
I said that there's a doctrine going around about some rapture.
Oh, I see. Okay, I get it. Yeah.
Where we're going to be beamed up like Scotty.
Right.
I don't hear no Scotty beaming up anyone right now. And in any of the things I see, I don't see that going on. But keep going.
All right, verse 23. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Messiah, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false messiahs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
Now,
Behold,
it didn't say they would deceive them, because many people say that wrong. All right? It says, if it was possible. That means the Most High is keeping them from being deceived. Go ahead.
all right. Behold, I have told thee before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. Immediately after.
Hold on. That's prophetic, guys. I know you guys don't understand. Two things he said. His lightning come out of the east, set in the west. Everything started in the east and is culminating in the west. Wherever the carcass is, we are the carcass. The eagles shall gather. The eagles are the nations. The eagle nations that we're in have gathered around the carcasses of Israel. Just to let you know. Keep going.
All right. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender, and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass, till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Hold on. What happened in Noah's day? Anybody?
Flood.
That flood, but what happened before that caused everything?
Wickedness.
What caused the wickedness?
The fallen angels.
Fallen ones will be back. So is the days of Noah. What happened back then is going to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
All right? They're the ones that started. They came down and basically juiced up man, and man listened and started going astray.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're doing the same thing again now. I just showed you all those pictures throughout the different nations, Sumer and Egypt, of who's been on the earth ruling and giving them technology.
Mm-hmm.
You see, you got to understand when the Most High was telling Israel, stay away from this nation, don't go here, don't do that, okay? And Israel kept wanting to go to these nations because God knew that, first of all, they were fallen angels. He knew that Israel would want to be like them, and that would take their gods. And their gods are nothing but devils.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what happened? The same thing that God said would happen happened. So as the days of Noah, which everything that happened, but it was the fallen ones that came in Noah's day that kicked off all this rubbish, same thing is going to happen again. Because remember, there will be a day when Michael and his angels are going to boot Satan and his angels out of heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they going to come?
Mm-hmm.
Where are they going to come? And when they come down, do you think they're going to come down looking like devils? They're going to come down looking like strong gods in big ships. And people is going to get suckered, and a great falling away is going to happen. But when they come down here and tell you that they created us and other trash that they're going to say, most of the people are going to put their Bibles in the garbage. But I'm telling you this now. This is what they're going to do. But I'm telling you, a lot of people are going to these are the people that put us in, blah, 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 blah. Throw their Bibles away. It'll be a great deception, but it'll also be a greater falling away. That's going to come. Keep going on.
All right, verse 38. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left. 2 women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Mashiach doth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched, and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made rule over his household to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant, whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. And if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Now, as you guys can see, tribulation came and nobody was zapped up because they talk about the great tribulation here. Okay? So this chapter basically kills a lot of what the church talk about. It just destroys it. Okay? It destroys it. But it tells you basically what has happened in the past is going to happen again. It has been happening. what I've been trying to show you is who's behind the scene. Who's been behind the scene doing a lot of these things, helping man along, basically. Helping man along towards his demise, because that's what they're doing. Those pictures that the Egyptians have and that Sumer have, and it's all over the world in different temples, they just didn't get there by mistake. These are what they're trying to cover up from us. And then when you have the books of the Apocrypha telling us, pointing the finger, they took them out. So you guys all understand, really, we don't have a full concept of what the Bible is trying to say, because the whole book has been parted up. The Most High tried to put everything together, but when those people saw what's coming to them, because listen, the day of the Most High, or when he says, the time of the Most High, or the day of, I won't say Lord because I don't like that word. That's judgment on the Gentiles. Know that. That's not judgment on us. You guys don't realize that. Now, hold on. It's not judgment on us. But those of us that like our oppressors and will fight for them, because there's a lot of you guys out there, you too will go through that. I will say that. You will go through what they go through. But for us that has been beat down, dragged down, kicked down, hung, our children fed to the alligators, we've always been on the bottom. Our salvation is coming because the Most High have already seen that. Basically, we've gone through our hell already. We've went through our tribulation. We've gone through Jacob's trouble. We've gone through all that. And so he's trying to make a way from that. That's why he said, come out of her, my people, that you don't partake in the beatdown that I'm about to put on these people. But some of us going to love that beatdown. They want that beatdown. We talk like this and, oh, you're prejudiced, oh, you're a hater. No. Because what you guys got to understand is that God has made a way out for everybody. But he made a promise and he made a covenant with his people. Now, he is going to tend to that covenant first. Yeshua is part of that covenant. That's why he came down. We're still in a covenant with him. If you go back to Deuteronomy, when we made that covenant, we're still in covenant. There's nowhere in the Bible where it says a covenant is broken. As a matter of fact, he promised Abraham. That's why he showed Abraham what would happen to us. That covenant is still strong. He never did anything with that covenant. We're still under that covenant. Meaning that if our heart change back, if we begin to call out to him, if we begin to do those things that the Bible follow his laws, statutes, and commandments, turn back to Yeshua, then we will be saved and he will take us up with a strong hand. And when we begin to wake up, as you see that we're waking up, the rest of the nation knows that their time is at hand. So as we wake up, everything starts to shift. Because God said that he's going to put double of what they did to us on them. Think about that for a second, guys. Really think about that. Think about what our ancestors went through. Raped, the man raped. Women and men were raped. Right? They called the men buck breaking, and the women, they were just raped. Our children fed to the alligators. Beat, spit at, The thing that we call soul food was the worst of the worst that we turned crap into cream. We turned crap into cream. That's the thing that we call soul food. Soul food was like neckbacks, chitlins, greens, all the things that they gave us is the stuff that they did not want.
That's what I was wondering.
It's the stuff that they did not want. It was the waste of the animal. That's why we eat those things, but we took crap and we made it into cream.
Like we eat the entrails of an animal.
If you are supposed to survive, what are you going to eat?
Yeah.
Don't you think the Most High knew what was going to happen?
Because we eat the inside of animals, right? Like
I said, if we were going to survive, how are we going to survive? They gave us what they did not want.
But should we still eat those things though?
No, because we know better. But like I said, we've been programmed. See, we got to understand, when you've been programmed to do something, it's hard to get rid of the program out of your software.
See, that goes even back to Deuteronomy 15, when the Most High says, Deuteronomy 28, when it says, when you guys listen to these blessings, these curses, when you listen to these, it's either going to be, whether you keep my commandments, it's going to be a blessing. If you don't, it's going to be a curse. And one of those curses was inflammation. And now, upon further research, we know all sickness is inflammation, thus said the Most High.
Wow.
So he told us to stay away from certain foods because they were going to cause inflammation, but they code it in different words and they call it diabetes, hypertension, high blood pressure, so on and so forth.
Exactly. And it directly goes back to what we eat. Hence the dietary laws. Okay? Hence the dietary laws. So-called laws are supposed to be done away with. Guys, when you understand how badly we have been treated, and God says, understand what I'm saying now? He says that he's going to double the punishment on them. Can you imagine that? What does double what we went through look like? Anybody? I just mentioned the things we went through. So what does double that look like?
Wow.
Man, oh man, that's not going to be good. And mind you, some of our idiot people are going to be serving another slavery because they want to be like Babylon. They love Babylon. They're taking up Babylon ways.
2/3 of our people ain't gonna make it.
Exactly. Now, I just want you to be clear. It's not only Israel that's going to be saved. You have Gentiles that's going to be saved. God is calling. There's Gentiles that he's already written in the book. They'll be there with us. And when we leave, they'll be there too. So it's just not us that's going to be there. But it's going to be a lot of us and a lot of them that's going to be punished and dead. Because we love Babylon. It's going to be a remnant making it in. It's not going to be very much. I don't want all of us, we all need to look at our life and say, man, am I living up to what the Most High want? We all need to look at our life. Because if we're not, we're in trouble. The covenant was made for us because it was a covenant with us and the Most High. Other people can join into that covenant. That's a fact. Because God already told you that wherever the Gentiles come, if they decided that they want to be with Ephraim, they'll get land and they'll be considered Ephraim. If they decide they want to be with Judah, they'll be land and they'll be considered a part of Judah. Wherever they go, they'll be part of Israel, meaning that they're going to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. They're going to do everything that Israel do, because God is looking for one people, one nation, one heritage. It ain't gonna be, oh yeah, you can come into Israel, but I'm gonna worship Islam. Not happening. Not happening. We're not the United States. Ain't nobody, everybody not bringing their little religion in to our nation. If our nation worship Yahuwah and Yeshua, if Yeshua is who, then guess what? We ain't worshiping no Islam, Krishna, and any of those other fall Baal worship junk things that's out there. Not happening. We're worshiping the one Elohim. So anybody that come from any nation that think that they're going to come and be like the United States, where I am Muslim and I am this and I'm that, but we're going to be one nation. Oh no, not happening. You come to Israel, you worship in one Elohim. That's it. Like I said, there's nothing new under the sun. Nothing new under this sun. So we've seen that in the past. We've seen in the past how the ancients had technology, all right? They knew how to fly, but there's something else that they did that is even going to blow you away. Okay? Now, in certain parts of the world, and like I said, you have to go into the Bible because the Bible does mention this. It says, if you dig down in hell, I'll be there. If you try to get up there in heaven, I'm going to be there. So God is telling you exactly what man is planning to do. But people don't take it serious. They don't understand that what God is telling you, this is actually what they're doing. So let's look at something else. Something else that they've found. Okay? And of course, again, they've pulled this up out of Egypt, but they've also found others in different parts of the world. Even here in the United States in the Arizona Sedona Desert. Okay? Let's take a look and see. 10 ancient sites said to have real stargates, portals, and wormholes. Okay? Now, if you look at this thing, it looked like, I don't know if you guys remember Stargate. There's a movie and then there was a show. Okay? They took that because they actually discovered one, found this in Egypt back in the 20s, or in the 20s, they found the Stargate, right? So why am I bringing this up? Owen, this will help your research into CERN. portals. They're building CERN because, of course, they're getting help from outside factors, but that's because it's been done before. Okay? And it's been done before, but to create a wormhole, guess what you need? What do you think you need, Owen, to create a wormhole to open?
I don't know. Like if we're going off like comparing it to CERN, they use
Yeah.
particles.
But what creates that particle? Energy.
Yeah.
They need unreal energy to open up a wormhole, a stargate to bridge dimensions. Okay? Well, guess what, guys? It was, like I said, there's nothing new under the sun. This has been done. And man is building CERN because they want to do it again. All right? I know they're telling you that they're trying to find the God particle and they already found the God particle. All right? I don't know what they found, but something Satan threw on them because they didn't find anything having to do with our Father. Okay? But I digress. This is a picture of a wormhole. Okay? And I'm telling you, this is what the ancients had. Now we know how they acquired all this technology. Okay? Because the fallen ones had to have given them. And we know the fallen ones were way advanced because they live with the Most High. So why wouldn't you be advanced? This right here is in Arizona. Okay. Where this is. These are all different. This is what they had found. Okay. And in different sites, the things that they have found, guys. Where, this is also another one. Okay. Right here. So where are they getting all this from? Okay. Thing about it is all this needed energy to open up. Immense energy. Okay. Let me look at CERN. Let's take a look at CERN. Let's look at that one. Let's see. What do you see?
666.
Exactly. Okay. Now let me show you something else. This is the God of action. But what?
Can you hear me?
I
Huh?
say 360.
What is Krishna coming out of? I mean, that big God.
Stargate.
Exactly. This is what's over CERN. This is what's over CERN. Okay. I believe, all right, and I'm not saying we, I'm gonna tell you, my belief. Don't quote me, don't go check me out in any books or anything like that, because this is just what Wayne believes. But I believe that this is what's in Revelation, and this is what's going to open the bottomless pit. That's what I believe. Take it with a grain of salt, because I could be wrong. Okay? But that's what I believe. All right? We've seen that the ancients somehow they had a wormhole or a way to travel, and now you see this fallen angel coming out of a portal, and that's on top of CERN. That's the symbol of CERN.
Wow.
Fallen angel coming out of a portal.
Wow.
The goddess of death. they call
Really?
her. Yes,
Oh, my God.
the goddess of death.
So I have a question though. On the 666, how did you guys use 666? Because you have to turn it upside down to get the 666.
They've done it creatively. 1 6. You see
Because
it?
I find.
1 2 3. You just follow these things.
Oh, really? Oh, I see. Okay. So you guys really believe that CERN is evil.
Oh, all right. You tell me. You got this thing, all right? You're trying to disguise 666.
Right.
You got some fallen angel coming out of a portal.
Right.
And the fallen angel is the goddess of death. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, the site that they're building this thing, the site that they're building CERN, is where they believe this God resides over.
When you look close,
this fake, fallen, ugly God.
When you look closely, she's stepping on a little person.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Coming out of a portal.
Yeah. And then she's stepping on someone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Coming out of a portal. So, Owen, that should help you out a little bit with your research.
Yeah, I didn't realize that little person at the bottom of the statue.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Could that be symbolic for the children of Israel, maybe?
I was thinking that. I don't know if I'm right, but, I don't know.
Child, yeah. It does look like a child.
Because they always try to make it seem like when the scriptures speaks of children, especially in the New Testament, they're talking about actual children, and a lot of times it's actually referencing the children of Israel.
Uh-huh. I agree. At the bottom it says, CERN is seeking secrets of the universe, or maybe opening the portal of hell. Yeah, this is coming from the Wall Street Journal, okay? Or maybe opening the portal of hell. Wall Street Journal said that.
They're very credible.
All right? So if they're building a portal, that means it's been done before. Because you see this God coming out of a portal. And I show you all the other pictures of portals. But CERN just happened to be 666.
Yeah. Well, they're pretty bold. I mean, yeah. I would think you would not even go close to that number, or have a image of the death angel. Yeah.
You think they care now? They're at a point that they don't care. They're at a point that whatever they've done is at completion.
Yeah. Wow.
I totally believe that when they fooled everybody into taking that needle, okay, that they did something, they sprung a trap. But we're gonna see. It'll be anything that they do will be paying off in a couple of years.
Yeah, time will tell.
The payoff will come.
Yep, time will tell.
So guys, this is the deception. All right, that everything I've showed you guys is stuff that they've been trying to hide. But the Bible actually don't hide any of this stuff. But what they have done is carved up the Bible. Because there's even more books that were supposed to be in Genesis that I heard is not even there. All right? And to mention the rest of the books. All the stuff that God put into the book that we were supposed to know to give his children a fighting chance got taken out and butchered. So they left us with this. I've always wondered, why does the Quran has 1,666 books, and the Bible has, surahs, and the Bible has 66 books? What's up with these 66? When the Bible is supposed to have close to 100 books. It seemed like when they put the 66 in there, they were sending a message to somebody.
I always thought that as a kid when I was at church, like, why is there 66 on the Bible? And we're basically just sitting there doing nothing, not thinking about it. But I just thought of it as a kid, so I was just like wondering why.
Hey, God was showing you something. That's why. As a kid, you see? And your mind was pliable, so God can talk to you. Okay? God can talk to you. When we get older, we get something about us, we get harder, and we don't want to listen. Something about us when we get older. But guys, now you see what's going on in this world. Okay? I don't want you guys to ever think that the ancients didn't have any technology. Oh, yes, they did. The ancients has been messing with these fallen ones since we can remember. That's why they were so advanced. Ever wondered why they can build a tower that's going up to heaven?
So, Wayne, what do you think the light today? Is it? Oh, you said battery, right? Because how do we get light today? How do we get light today? Is it like from a dam? Like, I don't understand.
Well, you're talking how light is generated, okay, today.
Right, how light is generated. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how do you think the ancients generated lights in the past? And I'll answer this. How do you think they generated light in the past?
I don't know.
Well,
sun.
The pyramids around the world, they believe, produce wireless energy. That's why they're in the areas and the places that they are, because they somehow connected and they produced wireless energy around the world. You look at all the pyramid, especially the one in Giza, it had a conductor on top, which was gold. Okay? And they believed once it was mixed with certain substance, it created energy. And the top was the conductor, and wireless electricity was formed. That's the whole basis of Tesla technology. Tesla believed that the pyramid was a wireless energy source. And he proved it by building his wireless energy source based on what he saw from the pyramid, and it actually worked. But JP Morgan cut him off, took his papers, and said that ain't nobody getting them for free. Because he wanted to give it to the people for free. And Morgan was like, ain't nothing for free. They're going to pay me.
So you're talking about paying for electricity?
Tesla he was trying to make it free. Wireless electricity. Actually, he built a wireless plant up in New York.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, upstate.
Oh, wow.
And they said it worked. Everything based on the pyramids.
Wow.
Based on the pyramids. So when I tell you that they had light, Egypt, yeah, they had light. They even have look up. I'll find it. The light bulb, Egypt's light bulb. They have somebody with a light bulb and it's plugging into a source. All right, they found it on the drawing of the wall, the pyramid. All right, so today they have nuclear energy, which is just dirty energy. All right, but we have nuclear plants producing electricity. We have wind. We have solar. Okay, But actually, Tesla technology would have been the cheapest and the best. But because they don't want no free, that's why we have the system. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
So, guys, just letting you know, people, they're bold. Oh, let me show you guys. I shouldn't have pulled this out so quick. Even here, you see CERN. They're showing you that it's system. But they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. All right, guys? We understand now that they're getting bold with the system, okay, and what they're doing. They a lot of them know that we know that they've been basically using the fallen angel for technology. Right? They understand that we know that. They don't care anymore. Because, like I said earlier, all right, and guys, look, you see the down here, CERN, looks like one of these. It's round or whatever. All right. It's looked like they've taken technology from the ancients and they found technology from the ancients and they just try to bring it back to life. That's it. The so-called ancients that were supposed to be primitive and dumb. Okay? The so-called ancient that was supposed to be primitive and dumb. I guess they really weren't, were they? Because these people have been getting technology from the fallen ones from the beginning. That's why God wanted us to stay safe. That's why God wanted us for him to rule. But Israel, stupid notion, so they wanted a king like the rest of the nation. Right, so they gave them a king. Next thing they want other gods, and they started committing abominations. And the Most High flicked his hand and flicked them to the four corners of the earth. There's an echo. He flicked them to the four corners of the earth. Our people. Those people that love the Most High will be with him. Those people who are trying to get themselves out of this system, this world system, this religious system, and get back to basics, you will make it. He said, come out of her. Come out of her religiously, come out of her politically, come out of her mindset, come out of her nastiness, come out of her. Because everything that we have has been handed down from the fallen ones, and we're following them. Why everything is so corrupt nowadays. Everything is so corrupt, and we see it. That's why. Nothing new under the sun, guys. Nothing new. All right? There's nothing new under the sun. Everything that you see now has been done. Right? CERN is just something that's been done before. All right? They will open up a door, but God is going to probably direct the door where to be open. And stuff will come out. And it's going to devastate. God is in control of this. It's not them. God is allowing them to do these things. Or, excuse me, the Most High. Because if we really research that word God, you'll see where that comes from. So the Most High, he's directing traffic here. He knows what's going on. And he's just saying for his people to get a wake up and to put their heart, start following his laws, his statutes, his commandments. Make sure that we know that our faith is in Yeshua. Put them here for a reason. And come out of her. Come out of this wretched system, or you'll be caught up in all her punishment. Because when God says he's going to double the punishment on somebody, I would start shaking immediately because I know exactly what our people went through, others like us. And if he's going to double the punishment of what happened to the natives and us, doubling the punishment, I can't see how anybody can live through that. Now, I know people say, but we did, yeah, because he had his hand on us. All right? So we were going to make it through because he still had his hand on us. But what if he takes his hand off of people and then they go through that? People ain't going to last. They're going to be wiped out. They're going to be wiped out. That's what we're going to see. So, brothers and sisters, nothing new under the sun. Everything that we're doing now has already happened. These nations, they collaborated with the devil back then. They still collaborate with the devil now. That's why all hell is going to break loose. All right? Everything that you see is going on. All right? You got fake Israel out there. You got us acting the fool. All right? You got us acting the fool out there. But Most High is waking up his children, and he's behind this awakening. So we must we just got to keep praying with each other, praying for one another, lifting up each other. Don't abandon each other. Any way we can help each other, help each other. Because we are for each other, and we're for the people that love the Most High. I don't care if they're red, black, red, green, purple. If you love the Most High, if you love the Most High, if you are a child of the Most High, then he's going to protect you. Okay? He will protect you. But guys, I just had to show you guys. But last week, I talked about how we kept doing the same things throughout history. All right? And I'm talking 100, 200,000, 3,000. We kept doing the same stupid things and putting ourselves in the same situation. This week, I just wanted to let you know, show you guys how the nations have always collaborated with the fallen ones. Always. If you think that the United States has not or isn't collaborating with the fallen ones, you don't know what's going on. They have been collaborating with the fallen ones for about 50 years. And not only them, other nations around the world. Nothing new under the sun. Only way you can get a run on technologies like how quick we have is because somebody's helping. We've gone back to Egypt. We've seen Sumer. We've seen these other nations. We've seen the coins and the coin that was from Rome, that ugly thing on it. Now, how are you gonna get a picture on a coin of that ugly thing if they weren't collaborating with it? It just came out of their mind? No. How does this ugly thing in Rome look like the same ugly thing in Egypt? When they just did they just come out of their minds? No, because they were collaborating with it. And just like Babylon, United States has been collaborating with these things. You think these things flying over our heads and people see it as being kidnapped is by accident? No, it's not. When you enter into a covenant with the devil, that's when he shows up. Somebody entered into a covenant with the devil, and that's why he's in the United States doing whatever, running them up. Whether he shows up in ships or show up in your bedroom and you call it sleep paralysis or whatever else, somebody has made a covenant with this thing. And if you made a covenant with this thing, you'll notice that some of the people can't sleep. Okay? Some nations are falling apart. Crime is rising. You see things going on now that you've never seen. That's because sin is so great. And what do you think these things feed on? Sin. The greater the sin, the more that it breaks the veil, and they can come out and hang out with you. So don't be surprised if you wake up and there's a demon in your room. If you ain't serving the Most High, don't be surprised. These things are going to be coming out bold because they know their time is short, and they coming to reap a harvest. And we are their harvest. So if you are mingling with Ouija boards, watching these death games, playing these stupid games that you see a lot of gore and death, if you're doing fornication, faggotry, any of that, don't be surprised if you find something in your room with you. Don't be surprised if you're being held down in your dream or in your sleep. Don't be surprised if something is having sex with you in your bed and it ain't human. Guys, this is serious business. I'm not trying to be vulgar. I'm just trying to be honest. We're all adults here. You open the door and they will come. People opened the door in the past and they came. That's where you get all these stories from. And now we're opening the door again and they're going to come. So if you're not down on Mount Nebo, calling out to the Most High, if you have not called Yeshua into your life, cleanse you of all your sins, please do so. If you're going through hard times and nothing can go right, look at your life, get down, call Yeshua into your life. Ask him to come in, stop all this madness, restore your life. Because now, Satan knows he has a short time, so he's trying to turn up the ante. And we, as followers of the Most High, children of the Most High, we got to turn up the ante. How are we going to turn up the ante? Praying, reading, fasting.